You know, by now, all the airlines in a world of hurt. They're looking for some help from Uncle Sam. But in case you think their woes are Blade Urban Air Mobility's woes, Blade, of course, the convenient helicopter rescuer of those who want to avoid traffic in the New York metropolitan area and elsewhere to get to an airport and fast. Well, it turns out that a lot of New Yorkers are looking to private helicopters as a way to beat the traffic. And that has more than offset concerns that Blade's business would run aground, so to speak. Rob Wiesenthal is the founder and CEO of Blade, joins us right now. Spell it out for me if you can, Rob, because that actually doesn't surprise me. But what are you seeing?
It's been very interesting. Not unlike other air carriers, Blade Urban Air Mobility was severely impacted by COVID in the summer. And then what was clear was that people were going to what we call resort areas, leisure destinations, the Hudson Valley, Litchfield County, the Hamptons, once and staying. They weren't moving. We get paid when people move. And then all of a sudden in September after Labor Day, for the first time as an air carrier, we were up 60% in volume. People were commuting every day. We introduced a commuter pass where you could fly for $295. We saw people either coming on Mondays, leaving on Thursdays, or even flying every day. And what's happened is really was a creation of a synthetic suburb. These were summer homes that turned into second homes during the quarantine, and they're now essentially primary homes.
So these are $295 each way, and how does it work
Each
out?
way.
Who's doing it? Okay. So no matter where your location, let's say, so around the New York metropolitan area, where are you picking these up, especially if you're outside that immediate city?
Predominantly people are turning 90-mile trips. From, say, the Hamptons, East Hampton, Southampton, Montauk, to the west side of Manhattan by Hudson Yards or the east side. So we turn what is now a 2.5, 3-hour trip into a 35-minute flight. During COVID, you could actually do that drive in about an hour, 15 minutes, during quarantine.
So what about in the New Jersey area? How do you handle that?
In the Jersey area, a lot of that business is charter. It's people who have maybe homes on the Jersey Shore. There's a lot in Litchfield County and a lot in the Hudson Valley. And what is really interesting is that I think people are comfortable working in the city. They may not be yet comfortable living in the city. You have after-school programs that have been canceled. You have kids that are, their friends are out maybe elsewhere and doing remote learning. You can't go to the theater. You can't go to a restaurant. And on top of that, we also have a service that starts in Thanksgiving where we take a large commercial jet with only 16 people going to Miami. Typically, 80% of the bookings on that at this time would be round trip. Now they're one way. So I see people test driving Florida as a potential place perhaps to move. The jury is out, but clearly I think once it's cold and the restaurants are closed and there isn't a lot to do, we do sense a potential migration south and to Los Angeles.
So real quickly then, if you're a frequent flyer, I'm just picturing an investment bank CEO or a hotshot says $295, but I'm doing this 5 times a week. Does he or she get a coupon discount?
That is with a discount. Typically it's $7.95, but there's a lot of coming in on Tuesday, leaving on a Thursday, some just one day a week. And in the graph that you're showing on the screen right now is very telling, because what you're showing is that right now traffic to bridges and tunnels are at 95% of pre-COVID levels, pre-pandemic levels. However, if you take a look at Long Island Railroad or Metro North, they're only 20% up. That means people feel more comfortable driving, which means more traffic on the roads, which means more friction and more people flying. And then once more people come to the city to work, you're going to have even more traffic, probably more traffic than you had before the start of the pandemic. And that will make urban air mobility even more important as an alternative.
All right. That's fascinating. Rob Wiesenthal, Blade Urban Air Mobility founder and CEO. He is living proof that you can make lemonade out of lemons. In fact, make a lot more lemonade.